Hey, do you guys struggle on which cards to get in the new Team Infinity series? Well, luckily for you, in this video, I'm going to give you my top 5 picks on who you should have on your squad. I'll see you guys in a sec. YouTube, what's going on? Mike Swingman here, giving you guys another video. And today's video, we are going to dive into the Team Infinity 3 series for the MLB All-Star Game. They just released it. SDS just released it. I'm not going over the Home Run Derby one yet, but we're going to go over the Team Infinity, my top 5. But before we go into that, I want you guys to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit those bell notifications buttons so that you guys are notified for my future content on this channel. You know, we're on a goal here. We're trying to get up to 300 subscribers. We're at 272, so I'd really appreciate it. It would help the channel out and so forth. But with that being said, let's go over our top 5 dudes, starting at number 1. All right, starting at number 1, and it's pretty obvious on who was the number 1 obvious choice in the Team Infinity 3 series when SDS released it out. But we all know that Jacob DeGrom, the 99 All-Star Game, Jacob DeGrom is obviously the first pick that I think you should go after in the show 21. And the reason why, and here it is, you know, his hit per 9 is 119. It's almost like if you super fracture this guy, he's going to be at like 124, 125, basically a no-hitter kind of a pitcher. K per 9's at 115, so he's going to get called. He's going to get a lot of called strikes in the zones and the edges. So he's going to be dynamic. He's going to be very effective. You know, when you look at his walk per 9, he doesn't walk as much. Home run, he's not going to give up any home runs. Pitching clutch is going to be amazing because that means pitching clutch basically means that it's the result of what the batter gets. So the higher the pitching clutch, the less exit velocity your batter will get. Even though sometimes, I mean, it'll fluctuate. Some batters will have good games and some will not. But the big thing here is the control. The control is at 90. Okay. If you super fracture Jacob DeGrom, he's going to be at a 95. Okay, that's going to be ridiculous. He has an outlier with his fastball that comes in at almost like 102. So this card is going to be really effective. And if you do not have this card, you need to get him. This is the number 1 guy. This is the number 1 prospect, hands down. First ballot Hall of Famer, first ballot pick right here is Jacob DeGrom. So that is it. I mean, if we take a look at, actually, before I move on, if we take a look at his hitting stats are actually really good. Power is 53. Power versus left is actually 43. You know, contact is 72 and 63. He's not a bad hitter. He's a good pitching hitter. But, you know, obviously he's not Ohtani status. But, I mean, hey, for a guy that's not a dual way, this is a pretty good card to have. So, all right, so that's it for Jacob DeGrom. He is my number 1. Here is my number 2. All right, my number 2 overall pick when it came to the Team Infinity 3 it goes no other than Matt Olson right here. And here's why. Matt Olson has always been a pretty glitchy swing in the past. You know, every time I have swung with this card, I've hit nothing but dingers, especially in BR. I like the swing. The swing is good. I can't wait to use him. You know, when it comes to him, I mean, obviously his contact in righty versus lefties is pretty decent. It's at 90, so that's good. His power is not the best compared to others, but here's the thing that makes him effective. You know, 104 versus righties, 114 versus lefties. So if you have a lefty on the mound, he kills lefties, okay? And he does have a glitchy swing. So if you do struggle with the left-handed pitchers versus left-handed hitters, he's your guy. You know, by far. And the vision is pretty up. Discipline is pretty up as well. So the check swing probability of you getting check swings with that discipline is gonna be happening. The only thing that I really wish that Matt Olson had a better thing on was the clutch factor. His clutch is 89, but with the super factor, you should be up in the 90s. Okay, but the best thing about Matt compared to the other guys is the fielding. His fielding at first base is phenomenal. You look at the reaction, it's 98. He should snag everything down that line. Fielding is at 90, so he's not going to make errors. Then again, you know, hopefully he doesn't make errors. But at a gold defense with a reaction of 98 and a fielding of 90, he's going to be hands down one of your best first basemen in the game, other than the Pete Alonso home run derby, which I will talk about that in another video. But in regards to the Team Infinity 3, and you guys need a guy to go with, I think Matt Olson is definitely your best pick in regards to playing first base, okay? So that's it for my second overall pick. Let's go ahead and move on to my number 3 pick. It goes no other than Mr. Eduardo Escobar. I honestly adore and I love this card. This card is nasty. He's a switch hitter. I like what I see in regards to what he has in store and what you can do. He could play anywhere. He's a first, second, short, left fielder, right fielder. Pretty decent power for both right and left. Pretty good contact versus right and left. The only thing that he's bad on is his discipline. So what does that mean? Is that probably if you're a check swing guy, he's not going to be the best check swinger. But his clutch is pretty good. It's at 95. It's one of my this is one of my favorite cards. It's a glitchy swing. I liked him more than Ramirez. I do like Jose Ramirez. This is my personal opinion. So if you guys don't agree with it, that's fine. Whatever works for you. I'm just giving you my top 5. Eduardo has done nothing but greatness in my BR runs, and I love his swing. He has a glitchy swing. He does a really good job of hitting and hitting for power. So I think this card is my number 3 overall pick because he's pretty decent. If you look at his fielding, he's at 79. It's just okay. 90 arm. He's good arm, so I could put him at second. Reaction time is 81, so he's going to be pretty good. He's not going to be too bad. He's not going to be too terrible. Not too good. He's going to be average. He's going to be an average fielder. His defense is pretty good. But, compared to other guys that don't have arms or can't really field the ball, I mean, he's your go-to. With a switch hitter, can hit both sides. Pretty good power. Nothing wrong with that. Hands down, Eduardo Escobar is one of the best in the game. So, when you look at it, at Chipper Jones, you look at Ramirez, I feel like Escobar is the most underrated player in the game. A lot of people don't talk about him, and I don't know why, but every time I use this card, like I said in BR, he's done nothing but greatness. Okay, so this is my 3rd overall pick in the Team Infinity 3 series. Let's go over and let's go into our 4th overall pick. All right, with my 4th overall pick, and I know Trey is, some of you like Trey, and Trey is usually maybe 2 or 3, or maybe even for some of y'all 1. But the reason why I chose Trey as my 4th is obviously Trey is a decent hitter. He's 96 vision, great contact. He's going to put the ball in play. His discipline, however, is not that good. He's not going to be a check swing kind of guy. Clutch is amazing. The thing that I really wish that Trey had was fielding. And if you look at his stats for fielding, he's a silver. Okay, so he's not going to be the best fielder, but he's probably going to be more likely a second baseman. Okay, more likely not, he will be your second baseman in the show. Okay, a lot of guys, they'll have him at either shortstop or third base. I think he's going to be a second baseman for me. I don't see him playing short, especially with that kind of an arm. So probably going to be a second base guy, but his speed is phenomenal. Speed is great. Speed, stealing, base running, aggressiveness. Trey absolutely kills it in regards to speed. So this is probably the best leadoff guy in the Team Infinity 3 series. Best leadoff guy. He is not a 2, not a 3, not a 5, not a 7 or 8. He's the leadoff guy. This is the perfect leadoff guy. This is basically Jackie Robinson, just minus the fielding and the arm stats. I've always liked Trey. I thought Trey had a good swing. He has a very good glitchy swing as well. He's a contact dude, but now with these boosted stats, I think he's gonna do phenomenal work for me. I think he's overall a pretty good card, and I think he's gonna kill it. My personal opinion. He's gonna be a high average guy. Maybe on Legend he'll do a good job too, because with his 96 vision. But he's gonna be a guy that gets on base, steals some bases for you, and maybe hit some dingers. Who knows? But this is definitely my 4th overall pick. Let's go to my 5th and last pick in the Team Infinity 3 series. So my 5th overall pick in the Team Infinity 3 series is none other than my boy from the St. Louis Cardinals organization, Alex Reyes. Now, Alex Reyes has some pretty nasty stats, and I love this card because of 2 reasons. He chucks the ball and his stamina is pretty high, and he has a great hit per 9 and K per 9. But before I get into that, the stamina is amazing. Look at that, 45. This guy's a horse. He can give you, like, maybe, I would probably roughly say 4 to 5 innings of work, maybe. 5 innings is pushing it. 4, I think a solid 4 or 3, he's good for you. But if you look at the hit per 9, his hit per 9 is 125. You know, he's going to be, the PCI of your opponent is going to be tiny. K per 9 is 115, so he's going to get called strikes. The only thing that he's going to struggle with is your walks. He's not going to have that great of a control. His walks is 63, and his control is 71. They play a big factor with each other. Okay. You know, he's not going to have the greatest command, but, you know, if he does have the greatest command with pinpoint, he should be pretty solid for you. Okay. The home run per 9, he does not give up that many home runs, and his pitching clutch is 125, which means more likely than not, the result of the bat coming off the bat, or the ball coming off the bat, is going to be slim. He's not going to give up the greatest exit velos off the bat, which I think shows, grounded. He has grounded. He excels at limiting home runs, limiting base hits. That's the stingy, untouchable. He excels at striking people out. And then he has an outlier too, which is a sinker. So a sinker is going to be coming in pretty fast at 100. So I think that's going to be amazing with Alex Reyes being a part of the Team Infinity 3 series. You know, he's going to be chucking the ball. His break is amazing. It's 99. If you look at his slider compared to his fastball, his slider is going to be 86 to 87. His slider is going to be slow from the hitter's eye. And not only that, his curveball is effective too. His curveball is at 79, so he's going to be like 80, 81. He's going to have a pretty decent curveball, not too much, but his slider is going to be nasty. His sinker slider changeup ratio is going to be pretty filthy. By far, when I saw this card, I was like, dude, please give him a sinker. Give him the sinker and give him an outlier. And they did, which is amazing. So he does have it, and he was one. As soon as I saw the card and I saw the stats, I had to have him. You know, he's one of those. He's an end game kind of guy. He's going to probably be an end game closer, other than Mo, or maybe a setup guy to Mo. So we don't know. But yeah, I mean, he's a good guy to have. He's one of my first round picks. I would definitely recommend you getting this card, other than maybe the Soto card, who is the other card that I would recommend getting. But yeah, this card is nasty, man. If you guys don't have this card, I highly recommend you guys do so, because this card is definitely the go-to in regards to relieving. I didn't like the Hater. I didn't like the Kimbrel. And Soto was great. Soto was actually, he was one of my top 10 picks as well. He's in my pen as well as the left-hander. But definitely Alex Reyes is one of the best relievers in the Team Infinity 3 series. Okay. Well, that's it for today's video. We absolutely went over the top 5 Team Infinity 3 series that I picked in this game, that I went after to start off with my squad, in regards to which one had the best balance between fielding, power, and then maybe for pitching, it's control and hit per 9 and K per 9, or pitching clutch, and so forth. And I hope my top 5 can help you guys pick, or give you guys a good guideline, or who you should go after. But with that being said, since it's the end of the video, I wish you guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like, and also comment in the comment section below on who your top 5 picks were in the Team Infinity 3 series. Okay, and also subscribe to the channel, hit those bell notifications. Again, we're trying to get up to 300 subscribers, and obviously climb up to 1,000, but 300 is the goal. So if you guys can, I really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel. But with that being said, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have some perfect hits and pinpoint pitching, and Swingman wishes you luck. Good luck, guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.